everyone, I am Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSE Core Concepts. With Python data types, we have come so far. So we have studied about the dictionaries, the list, the tuples, the set, so many data types, some Boolean data types, some numeric data types, strings, all this we have studied in detail. So I hope by now you know what are the differences among these data types and how are they being used. Now we are going to study about very interesting data type, that is arrays, which if you have learned other programming languages, this was one of the very common data type which you had studied. So let us understand how do we use a array in a Python. First of all, Python provides multiple ways to work with linear data structure. So basically array is a linear data structure which stores the elements sequentially. Sequentially means one after the other. But the thing is that Python does not have a built-in array data type. Built-in means inbuilt. Right? Inbuilt means like if you are just putting a square bracket, right? So you understand this is one of the data types. If you are putting a curly bracket, you understand that this is a set, right? So this is what is there inbuilt. Your set, dictionary, list, tuples, they are inbuilt. But array is something which is not an inbuilt array types, but you can achieve something like an array using some other functionalities. Like, of course, you can use arrays as lists also. But we have studied that there are certain differences between the list and the array. That I have told you. I have studied. I have taught you in the video. I had told you what is the changes. You can go back to the list data type and understand what is it. Other ways of creating an array is using the NumPy and the arrays module. So let us see what is the NumPy. NumPy is basically a library. Okay, it is a part of a library which is a tool for numerical computing. So if you are performing very high performance operations, or you want to use some high performance mathematical operation on larger data set, so you can use, if you're using matrices, complex multiplications, so NumPy provides a package. Okay. So using this NumPy library, you can always create an array, right? Because you can create matrices. So if you can create one-dimensional array, you can create multi-dimensional arrays also. So this is how it looks like. But before you are using this library, you have to import this library. Okay, you have to include. It is something like when you write hash include, right? So let us see import NumPy as NP. This is how it is written. Okay, so NP is an instance of that class. So A is equals to NP dot array. It provides a function called as an array function where you can insert the elements whatever you want to inside the array. Right. Now, if you want to print, let's say, for example, you can print simply A, the elements of the array will be printed. If you want to make a array of values, let's say, multiplied by 2, each value should be multiplied by 2. So, if you want to say 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, let's say we can twist and do something like this also. Okay. And let's see how does it work and what it is printing. So let's say if you execute, so you have an array, you told you have defined an array 1, 2, 3, 4, but while printing you said you want the twice multiplied by 2, that value, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Now this is an one-dimensional array, and if I want a multi-dimensional array, that can also be done. So let's say multi-dimensional array is equals to np dot array, and you can have one bracket, and inside that again you can have another bracket where it is 1, 2, and the second elements are, second row is 3 and 4, and close it. And of course you can print. Simply let me print this multi-dimensional array right now without any changes. Multi-dimensional array. Okay, so let us see how it will create a two-dimensional array for us. So indicates integers slices. Just a minute, there is some. Okay, I have not kept one comma here. I forgot to put this comma, so that is why it is considering either a list or whatever it is not able to understand. Okay, so this is the elements of the multidimensional array. 1, 2 is the first row and 3, 4 is the second row. Understood? So this is the other way. One is list, which we have already studied. Another way is the NumPy library, and another way is using an arrays module. Okay, so it will help you to store the contiguous memory location simply like an array of the same data type. Now this is there. In list, you can store the data can be of mixed data types, which we have already seen in list. You can store into, you can make a list which contains data, each of them belonging to a different data type. But here in array, your data type has to be same. You cannot use this. So they are called as homogeneous, not heterogeneous. And you require a type code during initialization. Type code means what type it is: integer, signed integer, character, float, or double. That you have to mention, okay, while you are defining. So let's say this is how it looks like. Import, you have to import this module like you did for your NumPy library. So you are writing import array as, let's say, ARR. I am defining this. So A is equals to ARR dot array. You have to call that function. Now here, first of all, you have to mention the type code. Type code is, say, I. I means you want the integer values, right? And then you have to insert all the elements of the array. So let's say you want to print A, or you want to print the first element. Okay, so obviously it is using the indexing way. So indexing way, when your array is using it, index, if you can traverse from left to right as well as from right to left, the same thing as we have in list, right? So when you are traversing from left to right, your index starts from 0, but when you are traversing from right to left, your index will start from -1. Understood? And when you are writing this, yeah, you can slice it. Slicing we will see later on. So this is one, the first element, because your index is starting from your 0. So your first element is your 1. Okay. So this is how you can do it. Now if you want to add some other elements, so you can use the function which is available, a dot append, and you want to add a fourth element. So now let us print the array A. Okay, so let us see how does it looks like now. So this is a one dimensional array which is being created. So now the elements are 1, 2, 3 and 5. So if you want some other floating and all, so you can use that type code. Then you can add, this way you can add elements. Now adding can be of two types. First of all, it is insertion. So if you want to insert at a specific location, then you can use the insert function. Like here I have mentioned a dot insert 1 comma 4, right? So I want to insert 4 at index 1. That you have to mention, right? Or otherwise you can say you append at the value at the end, right? So append function will always by default add at the end. Then comes your accessing items. How to access the value? You can simply access the values of the arrays using square brackets and the index number. So whatever index, this is D. So what was your D for? Double type, right? So you had double, so you can see here you have all the floating values, right? And you can print the elements using just simply accessing the index. If you want to remove the elements, then you can use two functions are available here for array using array module. One is remove, so it will delete the first occurrence of the value. Whichever is the first occurrence, that will be removed. And pop will remove and return by default. By default, it is last. And if you specify the index number, that based on that index number. Let's say this is an array. So if you want to remove 1, now suppose if you have written 2 times 1, right? So whatever is the first occurrence of 1, it will remove 1. So it does not know. Suppose if you want to remove 2, so this is the first occurrence of 2, it will remove. See, in a set data type, we cannot have duplicates, but it is not so in array. You can have duplicates, right? Then if you are using a pop, so at index 2, the element you want to remove, right? So a pop, the argument in the pop is the index number. and for remove it is the element name. Then you can use slicing. Slicing means extracting a portion of the array that we have already seen. So we can have this as the start, this is the stop, and obviously the third argument is always the steps, right? So by default it is 1 if you are not mentioning anything. So here if you have declared an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is what you have created another array B, okay, which is having element of the same array A. So if you want to just create a slice from the B, so 3 to 8. So this is how you can have. You want to check it out, so we can always check it out. Let's see how it will work. So let us say I have an array. So I am saying import array as ARR. So I am declaring one array of just a list only, or you can even declare. See, you have just declared some values, right? And then you have converted into an array type. So this is also you can do, or directly also you can create an array, nothing like. These are the different ways by which you can create. That is just to show you. So B is equals to array ARR dot array, and you are storing all the indexes and the values you have to take from A, right? Now you want to slice this array. So let's say rest is equals to B, so 3 to 8. This is the position number you are giving. So print res. Let's see. Okay, so let us save this file and execute the code, and you can see one array has been created. Now what did you say from the third element? Who is your third element? 4 is the third element because the index starts from 0. So 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from third to 8th value you want to access, right? So this is how your array is being created, right? So this is how you can create different slices. You can create, you can simply mention if you want, let's say for example, this is the occurrence, right? 8, up to 8, wherever you get 8. Let's see another one. Okay, let us just write down the starting one and leave it. Okay, let's see. So you are getting from 4 onwards because you have not mentioned up to what element or which element occurrence. So it will take up to 10. Okay, so this is how your slicing can be done. Then of course you can search the elements. If you want to search the element occurrence of 2, so it will return you the index. Okay, so you can use the function a.index. So it will return the index of the first occurrence of 2, first occurrence of 1. Then you can update the elements. So reassign the values at the index. So already this is defined, and at second position where earlier it was 3, now you are overwriting it with 6. So it will simply overwrite. That is there. Okay, nothing else. Then counting the elements occurrences. Now counting means not the elements, counting the occurrences of that particular element. So if you want to count 2, so how many times 2 is appearing here? 1, 2 and 3. So it will return 3. Reversing is done using the reverse function. Okay, it is an inbuilt function. And extended element, extend means if you want to add multiple elements. If you want to add only one element, you can write insert function, right? A dot insert. But if you have 4, 5 values to be inserted, so instead of calling insert one times, you can simply write a dot extend and insert all these values, right? Now a string is a different thing. We have spoken about all these integer and double and float, etc. But to create a string in Python, different methods are used. Like obviously lists can be used to create string. NumPy can be created using this way. Okay, so this is a string, and arrays. Now array module directly does not support the string data type, right? Directly it will not support, but you have to convert it into a Unicode character as string. Let's say you are writing this array, right? So you have to write this U. Earlier in integer we were writing I, right? So here you have to write U, which stands for Unicode, and then you have to write your string, right? So each one of them is at 1 position. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so this is how you can create. So this is all about your array data types, and this is the quiz. So you have to find out, you have to write to me in the comment section the answers. So what is the correct way to write an array in the Python if you are using the array module? There are various ways, right? So just check on which module. So what will be the output of the following code? So you have to consider this code. So you are saying import array. Okay, you just remove this. Okay, import array. So this is an array which is created, and you are writing the code a.insert and print array. What does the index method do in an array? Okay, what does it do? You have to find out from these 4 options. What is the utility of index method? How to create an empty array of integers using an array module? Find out the correct syntax. Then you have, let's say, what is the time complexity? Time complexity you have studied. If you not, you can get it from my sorting and searching playlist. What is about time complexity? So you can find out which is the time complexity if you are searching an element by an array index. And which of the following is not allowed in an Python array? So you have to find out from these 4 options what is not allowed in the Python array. So this is all about our data types which we have studied in Python so far. Now we will go on to our next module in Python. So we have started with the installation, the basics, comments, indentations, and we walked through the data types. Now we will move on to the conditional statements, branching and looping as how to write a little more complex program in a Python. And of course that will be followed by using functions and recursions. So don't forget to share and subscribe this channel and keep an eye on it so that you can get the timely notification and you can practice Python with me, learn Python with me. Thank you.